Hello guys and welcome to Bodysthenics. Today we're going to take you through a detailed tutorial on how to build bulletproof wrists. Let's go.
Bodysthenics. Bodysthenics.
Let's start off by getting you to subscribe if you're new to our channel, and also hit that bell icon for notifications. A lot of athletes nowadays underestimate the importance of having strong wrists in calisthenics. Every move requires you to clench onto a bar or even multiple bars. Your hands and wrists are the first point of contact from the force which is produced by the movements we are performing. So no matter what your level is, before you think about strengthening your wrists, you need to think about safeguarding them and stabilizing them. This is where the importance of wrist wraps come into play. Your wrists will naturally become stronger over time through performing a variety of exercises, using different kind of grips and hand placements. However, whether you're an advanced calisthenics athlete with strong wrists or a less experienced athlete with weaker wrists, the stabilization and protection of your wrists are equally as important for all athletes. Hence why we at Bodysthenics recommend highly that you wear your own pair of Bodysthenics wrist wraps beginning each session, which will ensure the protection of your wrists long term. So be sure to get your own pair now at bodysthenics.com. Without further ado, let's go and break this tutorial down into 3 categories. The first one is going to be the hand placements. The second is going to be the wrist movements, and finally the third category, the wrist strengthening workout. Keep in mind, when we refer to hand placements, we are specifically referring to training being performed on the floor. And when we refer to grips, we refer to training being performed on the bars. So let's begin with the hand placements. Neutral hand placement or grip. The neutral wrist position is commonly performed on the parallel bars, but can also be performed on the floor. Balancing in neutral grip on the bars is much less challenging than what it is on the floor. On the bars, you are able to clench tight by wrapping your fingers around the bar, hence recruiting all of the forearm muscles optimally. However, balancing on the floor is much more challenging in this hand placement, as your fingers are now required to actively push against the ground, hence placing a lot of emphasis on the palm. Another reason why neutral hand placement on the floor is very challenging is because the fingers are pointing out to the side, meaning that the force going forward can only be counteracted by your thumb and slightly by your index finger. So when training on the floor, for handstand, we recommend the next hand placement, which is pronation. For this hand placement, the reverse applies. Pronated hand placement is much more useful for floor training, while now balancing is much less challenging on the floor, whereas now pronated grip on the bars is extremely challenging. In order to reach the level of being able to balance in handstand on the single bar, you will definitely need to master the floor and the neutral bar handstand first. Now on the floor, by turning your hand from neutral to pronation, you are immediately recruiting all 4 fingers on each hand, along with your 2 thumbs to counteract the force traveling forward.
You can do this through Bodysthenics.
Supination. Supination grip and hand placement is much more common on the bars than what it is on the floor. This specific hand placement and grip will place a lot of tension on your bicep, front delt and chest. By using supination hand placement or grip should be done with extreme caution, as your shoulder is in external rotation, which is a vulnerable position of the shoulder for most athletes, especially for beginners who have not been conditioned to train in this specific shoulder rotation. Supination, pronation, parallel. The supination, pronation, parallel grip or hand placement is a rotation of the shoulder and the forearm directly in between the middle range of fully supinated and neutral. This grip or hand placement is optimal for training, and we recommend it as it gives you the best of both worlds. However, it's more optimal to train this grip on the parallel bars, specifically on the parallettes, by moving them outwards and inwards, and testing out different angles which can challenge your handstand balance or even your push-up strength. This is also an effective method which can be applied to the pronation grip. It can be an extremely beneficial method to train your straight bar handstand by gradually rotating the parallettes inwards towards eventually achieving a fully pronated bar placement.
You can do this through Bodysthenics.
Finger hand placement. Performing finger exercises can be a lot of fun, so we're going to give you a couple of tips on how to do it properly and risk-free. A great exercise to test your ability to perform on your fingers are the modified push-ups. Since we are not on our palms but now on our fingertips, it's important that we squeeze our hand muscles all the way down to our fingertips by pushing taut through our palms and fingers. This ensures that you're properly engaging the necessary hand muscles in order to support your hand and wrist while you are on your fingertips. Wrist movements. The wrist movements consist of a variety of grips during pulling movements. The most optimal and most strengthening wrist exercise is the false grip, whilst the least wrist engaging grip is the undergrip. An important aspect of strengthening your wrist in pulling movements is to strengthen your forearms. We can do this by performing a variety of false grip negative exercises, like the negative muscle up, false grip pull-ups, ring muscle up, or even false grip hangs. The false grip will not only strengthen your wrists, but successfully help you achieve transition from pull to push and perform many compound calisthenics exercises like the muscle up, or even later help you combine multiple compound movements like the muscle up to handstand or the muscle up to planche. After an intense workout, it's vital that you stretch your wrists and arms. And for a more detailed analysis of what exact exercises to perform for rehab, stay tuned for our rehab tutorial, which is coming soon. So now that you are familiar with the various hand placements and grips and how to properly perform them and apply them to your training, we at Bodysthenics have chosen 8 exercises which are most optimal for improving wrist strength, and which of course include all of these hand placements and grips which we just analyzed. So without further ado, let's get into the Bodysthenics Bulletproof Wrists workout.
Bodysthenics. You can do this through Bodysthenics.
Hello, my name is James Pittman. I'm a Bodysthenics athlete from Philadelphia, PA, USA. I came across Bodysthenics just by being part of Facebook groups that are dedicated to calisthenics and just exchanging ideas with the athletes, and gradually I happened onto some of your videos and I was so impressed that I began following the page, and it all took off from there. Bodysthenics has made a tremendous impact on my progress in calisthenics. I mean, I have Johnny as my online coach. We're in regular communication. His programming is fantastic. He critiques the videos that I send him, and he sends me videos and tips, and the exchange of commentary, feedback has been tremendous. I mean, the last couple of months, progress has been great, and I think the quality of the programming, the quality of the instruction is top level here at Bodysthenics.
Bodysthenics.
If you guys found value, then be sure to subscribe and also hit that bell icon for notifications. We upload a new tutorial every Wednesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. European Eastern Summer Time. Before clicking out of this video, be sure to get your own wrist straps at bodysthenics.com. And to join our global family of athletes who are improving on a daily basis, send a direct message to management on Instagram today to join the first ever online calisthenics training portal.
Bodysthenics. You can do this through Bodysthenics.